listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Shark Tank After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Shark Tank After Show.
Hello, hello. Here we are doing another after show for Shark Tank, episode 12. I'm Stef Z, and
I'm Phil Svitek.
Whoop, whoop. Here we are. We've got another, should we just go right into it?
Well, we also should mention Christina Z. She's on a walk from Chicago to New York as well. She was so inspired by yours that she wanted to do one of her for herself.
She's actually walking from like Texas to Montana.
Oh.
She wanted to do a different path.
A scenic route.
Yeah.
Oh,
the weather was a little better. Actually, the weather in Texas is not good, so that would not be a wise choice of place.
Yeah, but she thought so.
She did think so.
She thought wrong.
So we had a holiday episode.
We did.
Pretty much. And,
The last episode of 2013.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We come back in January.
Ah, good thing I knew that. Just kidding. It's a bunch of repeats. But you know what's kind of awesome, though? Shark Tank, even their repeats, pretty much still are like the #1 watched show on Friday nights.
Yeah, it's just so much fun.
It's kind of awesome. And I'll have to say, this episode did touch a little bit close to home. I've had a Christmas decorating business myself. So some of these things, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm going to be a little bit hard on some of these things, but we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. I mean, there's one that's kind of non-Christmas, so.
Which one?
Hair extensions.
Oh, it's kind of like Christmas.
I mean, you could get them as a Christmas
you
gift,
have to
I'm sure.
unwrap something to see what's really there.
Yeah, there you go. That's a gift to some people.
Some people. Okay, so we start out with light netics. And, I don't know, man. What did you think about this?
Okay, initially he had the box of Tangled Lights, and I was like, ooh, I hate Tangled Lights. Are you going to solve Tangled Lights' problem? Because
I
that
thought
could
that
be
was
great.
a problem he was solving, too. When it said holiday headaches, I thought...
And, nope, that wasn't it.
Nope.
If he could solve how to untangle lights, we'd have a product.
You know how you untangle lights? You throw them away, and you recycle them, and you buy some new ones next year. That's how you untangle lights. Lights, the cost of the actual lights, like those lights that he's doing, the C7s, like what he was doing, the old-fashioned ones, they come in a C7 and a C9.
And they're hot as balls, right?
They're kind of hot, and the C9 are a little bit bigger, but to get a brand new set of those, which comes with 25 bulbs, and it's about 25 feet long, is like $7. So, I don't know what he was talking about with 50 foot at $20. That is incorrect.
No,
and
well, that's what he's saying.
He was saying a 50-foot strand. Well, yeah, I guess that's right. It's about $15, $20. That's fine with tax. But his cost $70. There's no way. And for commercial people, there's no way that they're going to do that because they're going to hire they're going to, like, they don't want cost in their goods. It's the labor that you're paying for. So essentially, for that difference in $50, you pay people, what, $100 a day or something like that? So for one day, for 2 boxes, you're telling me someone can't untangle 2 boxes or put the clips on the gutters and stuff like that. The clips cost like $5 for like 100 of them.
For me, it wasn't. I mean, obviously his numbers were off, but it was just the fact that Kevin kept telling him, and he was like, "There's potential, there's potential," and it's like, okay, Here's the thing: you're not selling anybody on an idea. It's not like you have a sports team.
I'm actually. I never say this, but I'm actually very happy for Mr. Wonderful that he did not make that deal because I really don't see that deal going anywhere. I really don't, because even like Lori was saying, like people have icicle lights, they have the minis, they have the LED lights, they have all like that is not the #1 seller for what people want, especially in like the commercial places. So it's like. #1, you're creating this thing that only is good for one type of lights. #2, what she said, which is very, very valid, is that people have no idea what their gutters are made of, or their house, or they don't want to be bothered. If they're paying a company or a service to install Christmas lights, they want to write a check, they want it to look pretty, no questions asked.
Yeah.
We show up at these people's houses, they don't know where their power is, they don't know where their breaker box is, they don't know anything. You think they're gonna know the material that it's made out of? No way. No way.
Borrowing from Lori's quote, you know, she said, when you have a product that's revolutionary, it's easier to get into the market. If you have a product that's similar, it's very, very tough. And with this product, there's nothing revolutionary about it.
I completely agree. I mean, I do. When they came out and they were like, solution for the holiday headache, I was with you. I thought like, oh, they're going to have some like super awesome device where you just like throw the lights into a bag and it comes down and it's wrapped and ready to go for the next year or whatever, you know, like, and that was just, no, I wouldn't have paid money for it and I would never buy them. And I've never seen him at Home Depot either. He said he sells them at Home Depot.
I mean, he could at like 5 locations.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been to most of the locations in Los Angeles hunting down stuff when stuff sells out, and I've never ever seen them. Nor like you would have a display. You would need something that tells people that this is why they're different. Never seen it.
He was okay. So obviously, Kevin wanted to do a deal. 50% is what he wanted in terms of equity, and he said the deal would take me 9 months to make. Rob was out. Mark said, you know, you need to focus on professionals, but I don't know how to do that.
That felt weird to hear.
What?
Rob, not Robert.
Robert.
Whatever.
Robert.
I called him Richard once. Whatever.
Was out.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to me that he didn't go with any deal. I mean, if anything, I would have just gone with Damon. And like, okay, you countered with 30%. Never gonna happen.
No, you know, I totally agree with you. If I was him, I would have went with Damon, because making 40% of some sort of money is better than making 100% of zero money, or, you know, the 118,000 that he's had in total sales. But it's just very, I don't think it's a big business. I don't think that, you know, to the commercial places, like you think of places like the Grove and stuff like that. Well, that's like the shopping, the big, you know, shopping mall near us or whatever. It's like, it really doesn't save you that much time to place those things, like, and you know, you're gonna have to place them perfect. If you have the gutter hooks or whatever installers, like, they're all gonna be in a straight line because they're all the same length off the gutter, so it's gonna look better than if like one's slightly shifted. Like, I don't know.
And Lori, I give a lot of credit to Lori because she really brought up some good points. She also brought up the fact that, you know, it costs a lot to make, and unfortunately, there's no real way to bring down the cost because it's magnets.
Yeah. Again, real quick, I don't know if we mentioned what he was asking for was $125,000 for 20% of his company. So he was evaluating his company at $600,000, and he's only had $118,000 worth of sales.
He's had 400 over 4 years. That's, I mean, it's just so stagnant.
It's just not, I don't know.
4 years?
I wasn't a fan. And I wonder, like, what the heat does to the magnet. I wonder if there's any, like, I mean, I'm sure if it's patent cleared.
Here's what sucks. Like, you have to be so good within that window. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, if you, let's say you're doing a weekly thing, right? You're doing a carnival or anything. I don't know. So you can adjust as you go, but this, like, you get one shot at this once a year. You know, and then you have to readjust, and clearly it hasn't been working for him.
And I get the licensing deal, because if what his patent is like light that hangs by a magnet, you could do weddings, you could do all kinds of other events, and you can, you know, branch out. But I don't think that he was there in his mentality of like, this is what I've got. He was like, Christmas people are going to use this, and people are going to pay $70 a strand, which is not going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
Not going to happen. And I wonder too. Taller. I know you did. Now I feel short. No, we're the same. It's okay. All right. Anything else about the light netics? I kind of just, you know, like I said.
My man was, I knew he thought he was smart for not taking the deal. My man, you are dumb.
Well, I don't know about calling people dumb.
No, take
but
the
it was
deal.
A poor decision.
Okay, Damon said he could do this. He could do this 40% in 2 months, which I don't know if I believe him about the 2 months. I believe it either.
They kind of got into a little bit of a pissing contest. Come on.
I understand that, but like, okay, you don't have to go with Kevin. I actually would have gone with Kevin, or go with Damon.
Yeah, I might have gone with Kevin too, because the fact that it's a cutthroat deal. Like, you make the call. And what he said, like how he was saying, I'm worth the 10% more because I'm going to negotiate you a better deal. Like, I kind of almost love Damon. No questions asked there. But I kind of feel like for something like that, he might negotiate the better deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what we think about light netic. Sean, sorry.
Guess what? Never saw you before.
Never.
You're dead to me. Guess
Wow.
what? You're dead to me too.
Yeah. Then we've got this Maury guy comes in.
I've never heard of what is it? Interfaith couples?
Interfaith couples.
Interfaith couples.
I've never heard of that either. I was like, I rewinded. I was like, wait, what did he say? But it's legit. It makes sense. I love that he was saying Christmaskah.
Okay, here's the problem with it. Your market is 1 million people.
See, I don't agree.
You agree there's more? Or
I think there's more people I think there's more than 1 million people. And my brother is in a interfaith marriage.
Okay.
So, and it is like they have the menorah, they have the Christmas tree. They do both. And it's not like there's not trinkets and stuff that kind of does both. There's not like, there's Christmas stuff, there's Hanukkah stuff, there isn't a crossover. I've never seen it. And like a tree topper to be the crossover with the Star of David, like, but I think that this could completely branch out.
And do you think he is the man to kind of make this a brand rather than like, oh, here's the Star of Christmaskah?
No, but that's why he's at Shark Tank. He's not like, I like him. I feel like he's got good work ethic by the things he was saying. I feel like he has a good idea. I feel like he might not have thought out of the box and see how big of an idea or as big of a brand that he could build with this. So I feel like, he's
Because again, 1 million people times one season times one item is not a lot. But however, think of all the, you have Easter, you have all these other like, and Rosh Hashanah and this.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
There's bigger play.
Right. And if there's a way to integrate the holidays together of different faiths, I think he's doing a good job. And he's sold like, a decent amount, and he is like, and I feel like there's potential here because his online sales are so high at 70%, and it's not like he's reached his peak and had, like how last week there was like 4 retailers and all it was like the distribution was spread over them. It's like he's in Bed Bath & Beyond, and he said only 10% of his sales are from Bed Bath & Beyond. So I feel like there's so much room for growth there.
I'm surprised at 20% of in-flight magazines. I thought that was funny.
Dude,
because I don't know people who buy from those things.
I bought my bed from Sky Mall. Sky Mall is the best magazine ever. Are you kidding me? They got the best crap in there. Right. Useful stuff.
All right.
When's the last time you picked up a Sky Mall? I have one at home on my coffee table, and I'll bring it whenever I see it.
I mean, it's when I fly.
Right, but they've got gadgets. They've got like, they've got really good stuff in there.
Fair enough.
And like new stuff. It's like for people that are like, oh, I could do this because I didn't see it anywhere else.
I mean, maybe if I was like flying with a date and we were perusing, I'd be much more apt to be like, oh, we should totally get this, honey.
Right, but it's the same sense. When I'm flying home for the holidays, you think of all the people that you know for the holidays, and I'm like, oh my God, I could get this thing for my brother.
I'm more of a Grinch, so I don't really get people gifts.
You are a little bit of a Grinch. Shit. So speaking of Grinches, Mr. Wonderful was like, I'm out, it's seasonal, it's too specific, and there is a point to what he's saying, to what you're saying, but I definitely think there's a market there. I really do.
I think there's a brand there. There's not a market for a top ornament.
There's a market for interfaith crap to buy.
And that's the brand. That's the brand.
Right.
That's what I love.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the shark saw beyond the Christmas tree topper. And he didn't yet, but I think he's going to. And with this, we'll see it branch out. And it could be something that's really cool. I mean, some kids, like, never had a Christmas tree. Because, some, whatever. There's always this, it's, on a higher level, it's a way of integrating stuff, which I kind of dig.
I know.
All right. Anything else about this? Mark was out.
I mean, everyone's out but Damon.
Yeah.
Who saw it?
Lori was funny. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree with Kevin, she says. I love Lori.
They always give him so much crap.
But it's true. Yeah, and everyone's out. Damon offered him a deal, $50K for 35%. And he, makes him aware that there's other products available, there's other stuff to do. And he takes the deal. And then he gives Damon his little Santa hat. Damon was a really cute elf.
He was.
I think he was.
I mean, what was nice is that this guy, at the end of it, he deserved it. He's a guy that's willing to work. And it seems like his family's behind his dreams, and they're willing to work. And so it's a nice story at the end of the day.
It's a nice story. It's a feel-good product. It's It's something to intermix people, to celebrate together. There's a lot of good stuff about it.
Create a big culture behind it.
That's what I'm saying. If they create a big culture, then, a lot of people, I think it opens doors for a lot of stuff. You can have all kinds of different ornaments on the Christmas tree,
Why we were expanding the holidays. We got to expand the holidays. We're going to start making up holidays just for interfaith interfaith
That's why
couples.
we have Festivus. All right. Anything else about interfaith interfaith couples that you want to talk about?
There's a lot I want to talk about those couples, but in terms of the product, no.
All right. So we're moving on now to cashmere hair. What do you think about it, Phil?
Cashmere hair of Beverly Hills,
Yep.
I think is the proper term. I mean, it's tough. I thought it was great. I mean, if I was on the panel, would I know how to invest in this product? No, I'd be like, Lori, what should I do? Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? But I mean, here's the thing: the way she was able to take it off and on and put, I thought it seemed easy. I respected. I think it's Rachel, right? Was the model's name? I respected, her take on all of it.
Well, of course she's gonna say that, though. Hello, she's the model for the company.
I understand. Well, I think she was more than that because sometimes the
I
model,
get it. When she was
the
saying
models,
she was sewing her own together to make it. Yeah, I agree with you.
there was a lot more passion behind it than just like some model that's just, you know what I mean? If you hire a model, it's not. Most people be like, okay, you can't. Here's what you have to say, but you're not going to say anything more than that.
Right.
And Melissa did seem a little bit flustered and things like that. I mean, this was a product I wanted to get some sort of deal for.
Yeah, I just could care less about this product. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I mean, not that I could care less, but it's like I'm just feeling different. Like no negative vibe to it, but I just kind of feeling different. It's like I would not know the difference
between rat hair and real hair,
Indian hair, and I paying $400. Like, really? I can understand if like someone's sick and their hair's thinning, and this is a great, something for that, and maybe like some money goes back to charity, and I understand that like people donate their hair for wigs, and like I can understand if there was like, some sort of something behind it. But I just don't get it.
Okay, well.
But in the same sense, I'm not that girl that's like, ooh, I need fluffier hair so that I look good and I get, validation from the outside world that I look good. You know what I mean?
To be fair, it's not like I want girls with fake hair out there. But, it's going to happen. So if anything, like, okay, then advance the market.
I think it is. I think it is very interesting what women can do. Like there's not much stuff that guys can do to like,
go see American Hustle.
Really?
And just in terms of, I'm not giving anything away, but in terms of in the movie Christian Bale's character, like how he puts on his hair, because he's, not, again, this is not really a spoiler alert because it happens in the first minute, but he's pretty much like bald.
Right, but
so he like
still,
glues on like little dips
I guess
and dabs.
that's kind of the same. I guess that's kind of the same. If you're, but in the same sense, like women, like nowadays, they do all kinds of shit to like change the way that they look.
I mean, from fake boobs to fake hair. I mean, when's it gonna end?
I don't know, but that's the thing with guys. It's like they could have a toupee. That's about it, and facial hair. They get to sculpt their faces with hair. That's it.
Yeah, but it's real. You know what I mean? It's not like not real hair.
I'm with you, man. I think that it's, you know, I don't know. I would not be a customer unless, God forbid, I was sick and my hair was thinning. I don't think that I would ever.
But you'd have to have hair because I mean,
That's true.
The girl, you know, what surprised me is that the girl, I was like, oh, how are they, you know, she kept taking things off, and I was like, where is she hiding all this stuff? And she, you know, when they kind of displayed it, when she put it back in, there was a lot of hair to hide it was a pretty big fat piece.
Right, so I wonder if girls that have thinner hair, like if I was to have long hair, it'd be a little bit thinner. I wonder if you would be able to see them and it would look terrible.
Yeah, like I could not put this on without you being like, Phil,
why
you have hair
I kind of want to
extensions?
see that. I kind of want to see that.
Let's go to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, let's do it. So anyway, so they're asking for $45,000 for 15%.
They're okay. At least they weren't asking a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a lot of money at all.
So,
you know, Mr. Wonderful, all for false advertising. When you're out on a date, then the hair is fake. And you know, I kind of tend to like agree in a sense where it's like, you know, you don't really look the way that you look. But anyway, and even the other things with like fake other stuff, it's like you don't take them off. It's like if someone has fake boobs, they don't like take them off when they get home.
I mean, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like with your hair, you just take it all off, and it's like, oh, okay. So I thought that was really interesting what he said. Mark was a great business, but not for investors, which I kind of agreed with what he was saying. It's not like this company is not going to be a $10 million company. You know what I mean? They might make money. They might, you know, be well, they might, whatever, but I don't think it's going to be, it's not something you can invest your money and you're going to see a huge return on anytime soon.
And I like that when, you know, they don't invest for the benefit of the people. Mm-hmm. You know, because, I mean, he could invest and see some money back and things like that, but ultimately, you know, he's taken equity away from them when they could, you know what I mean? Just,
right.
Just, fight through, and you know it's not going to be the biggest successful company, but they'll live.
Yeah,
they're doing well. You know, in 6 months, 38,000. That's
decent. Yeah, but again, you don't know how much. It's like $138,000 in sales, but $105 cost for everyone that they sell. Yeah, but they're not really netting anything right now.
They work in Beverly Hills and things like that. Like you know, they were talking about the social media aspect of it. You have plenty of celebrities that you know.
I did. You know the thing. I really did like her, Melissa. I really liked her though. Yeah. Like again, like this is a product that I just don't get, and not that that makes a product good or bad. But I just, you know, I really liked her, and I liked her work ethic, and I liked her passion. And it wasn't like a whiny passion. She was just like all in, you know what I mean? She believed in it, and she, you know, thought it was a good idea, and she thought her stuff was better. And when they were asking, like, if the hair is tested, she was really knowledgeable about how they test the hair and how she knows where it comes from and everything like that. So
the biggest, you know, I've heard of these kind of makeup parties or whatever you want to call them. Like colleges have a lot of them, and the fact that if they had just done one, I think they could have gotten a deal.
Did they not do one? They had one scheduled.
They had one scheduled like next week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They missed it by that much. But, you know, they are, you know, when Marie came out with her first book, which she's got a second book coming out now, but in the springtime, The Every Girl Guide to Life, that was one of the big things. She did do a few college girls' nights.
Right.
You know, and when they did some hair and makeup, and they went through some tips from her book.
Well, they have parties, all kinds, like from the pampered chef to like the sex toys parties to like, you know, vitamin parties. Like that's kind of a thing. And yeah, I've never seen one like this.
And to be fair, they don't cost a lot to do.
No, I don't think they cost anything. I think what happens for a lot of those parties, well, at least one of my friends did a pampered chef one a while ago, and what it is, it's like the host, whoever house the party's at, has to guarantee to get like a certain number of people there, and then the sales rep will come, and that person gets like something for free or whatever. So for like housing it, like it's a pretty,
and especially if you go to sororities, like you know, you're guaranteed to bring all your sorority sisters, you know. You're covered.
But man, at college telling girls their hair's not good enough, you need some fake hair, like I'm just not down for that.
I don't know how that culture works. I'm just giving out ideas, okay?
I know. I'm just like, here we are instilling like, hey, that hair that you got,
I'm lucky enough.
That hair's not good enough. You need some thicker, fuller, fabulous hair.
I'm lucky enough where I haven't taken a girl out, and then like had we gone home, I'm like, what the fuck? What am I taking? What is this? I have not had
Start
that yet.
pulling it out.
Yeah.
Honey, I think I pulled your hair out.
So
yeah,
I'm lucky in that regard.
But I think that's what it is for me. It's a little bit of we're creating this image that people aren't, and some people want it because they want to look different or better, whatever. But like it is like 50 years ago when there wasn't all this like self-image how it is today. There was no like hair extension parties or everywhere. Like it's now more than ever. People are so worried about and conscious about their image.
If you guys want to see a funny thing about self-image, see the most recent episode of South Park called The Hobbit, season 17, episode 10. I'm just telling you, it's all about women's self-image, and they have such a great take on it. But yeah, I mean, it just makes the episode that much more funnier because of things like this.
Right. Okay, so then Damon's like, you don't want me to do stuff for hair, which was kind of hysterical.
Because he's bald.
Totally. And Robert, he says the parties are a good idea. Lori said the parties are very unique. It's a good idea. And which I thought Lori was going to take it. I really thought they were going for Lori, and Lori was going to like it. They said,
right? Wouldn't this be a product for you?
Yep. And that's when she said that the phrase that you said earlier, like when you're in competition with people, it's harder. It's harder when there's a lot of products out there because a lot of people that are cheaper because a lot of people aren't going to know the Indian hair versus the whatever hair or the this or the that. And they're going to see one that costs $400 and they're going to see one that costs $200 and they're going to be like, sweet, I could look good for half the price. Because, you know what I mean? To their eye, they're not going to know. So...
And also, if you're in that regard, going back to how we're trying to elevate people, if you get the cheaper stuff and it doesn't quite work, you might just be done with hair extensions forever. So yay world. Because then you're gonna be like, oh, hair extensions, this is bull crap. I'm not doing this again.
That's funny.
Just cost me way too much money. It doesn't even work. So. All
right. Well, the Cashmere girls of Beverly Hills.
Let's get invite those girls. Purse case.
I want Melissa to come in. Yeah.
Purse case. They've been talking that they would come in after the New Year. So they were supposed to be scheduled for tonight. But we'll get them in the New Year. But I want these guys.
I do too.
I want a Stef Z and Phil Svitek demonstration.
I will put those things in my hair. That would be hysterical. But it is. What about for the short hair girl? What if I want hair one day?
What about the short hair guy?
The long hair girls, they can get bangs, they can get full hair, they can get all this crap. What about if I want long hair for a day? Even if it's Halloween.
You could probably do it.
No, I don't think it clips onto mine. I don't think I have enough to clip.
You know what? We're gonna call them in and they're gonna disprove you.
Do I have enough to clip? Come clip me. I'm doing a makeover.
We're gonna fix something. We're gonna have an AFTERBUZZ party.
That would be hysterical. Okay, moving on. Now we have the Tipsy Elves. What'd you think about Evan and Nick? I actually, at first, I thought it was going to be some, like, new eggnog drink.
Really?
I thought it was going to be some tipsy. I thought it was going to be something fun.
I mean, you know what? Could I tell you the truth? The truth for me is that as
tell me what
bold as they were going, the sweaters themselves weren't that bold. Like, I would expect to see these at Spencer's or something like that, and,
Yeah, well, Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Same kind of demographic.
But yeah, I mean, I forget who wore but it was like the, one of the cookies was drunk, right? The sugar, I forget what you call them.
No idea what you're talking about.
Remember he had the 3 across his chest, and one of them was kind of drunk.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of cool, but it's not like over the top. That's gonna make me go.
No, they weren't over the top, and it was like the duo, like how they said it. The duo was like the new take on the Christmas staple, like the ugly sweater type, play on words they were gonna do. But it was kind of not. They weren't ugly, and they weren't super awesome. They were kind of just like the Christmas sweater. And I've seen like stuff like that in Target that was kind of maybe a little bit cooler.
I like Kevin right up. Those are hideous.
Yeah. But then again, it's kind of funny. Like last week, the spirit hats or whatever they were called. What are they called? Spirit hoods.
Spirit hoods.
Then maybe not.
I don't know. I own one.
I know. It's terrible.
I took so much beef for that from fans. They're like, how could you buy one of those? I'm like, okay, first off, it was gifted. Let's be real.
I didn't hate it. I would, if I would have seen that 2 years ago out at some, fair, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I was trying to go there, but
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it on a date, and I'll tell you how that works out.
Do it.
Okay.
But again, you expect them. They come in with $10,000. They wanting $10,000 for a 5%. That's like a $2 million evaluation.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Again, you could build the brand, but right now you're not there.
No, you're not there. And, you know, they do the little cute fashion show, which was kind of cool to see. You know, they got the onesie. They got
I didn't like the onesie. Everything else but the onesie.
The onesie didn't fit right. There's so many good onesies right now. It looked like he was a little jammed up.
Why are we in the market for onesies? There's the only girl.
Because they're comfy as shit.
The girl Sugar from Celebrity Rehab. She's the only girl that I know to wear onesies.
Look at that pen cap.
Oh my God! What are we talking about? Anyway, listeners, welcome
I
back.
like onesies. I actually got a gift of a Superman onesie not too long ago. It's kind of the coolest thing.
Do you wear this in public? What do you do with this?
I wear it around the house. It's comfy. Sunday, football, onesie.
Just you?
I'll wear it. You want to come over? I'll wear it. I'm not going to take it off if someone comes.
Okay, I don't know.
I like it. Anyway, but again...
I don't get that culture. I don't get the onesie culture is what I'm trying to say. Just down.
I wore them at Burning Man, too. Okay. It's just a onesie. It's easy. Okay, so their sales, though. So their sales are pretty decent. 2012, they did $862,000. 2013, they did $1.35 million. They got a deal with Urban Outfitters. For $65, that's kind of a decent price, which is, for me, I feel like at Urban Outfitters, that's a little bit high, but they're selling it there. Their cost is $11.40. And then what they did say is that Evan, you know, I was pretty impressed with Evan. I was impressed that he left his, you know, $170 million. I'm not.
You know, I don't think he'd do that.
No, $170,000 job with bonuses, whatever, perks. So, you know, he's probably used to walking away with benefits, everything. And he's like, no, this isn't what makes me happy. I'm going to go do this. And he took his expertise with the search engine optimization and he's putting it everywhere. I think it's smart. I think they're going to do good.
I think so too. I mean, ultimately, and they just seem like smart guys. I mean, I liked, they learned a lot of lessons from all the sharks that did leave, like especially Mark. Like, you know, you're doing so well in this space. Why go to retail? Why do this? You know, why? Yeah. It could be limitless, but you're limiting yourselves by thinking that you need to do this.
No, I agree, but and it was just very, for me, when they kept saying, yeah, but we've tapped that market, it's like, if you have this market that you kind of have a handle on and getting some out there, like, to go to we've tapped that market, so we have to go to retail, it's like, we've tapped this market, we need to introduce, you know, products XYZ to, like, have we've already got this audience, we've already got this machine that works, we just need to make other stuff that these people want to buy, rather than, you know, transferring to the whole retail model, which is exactly what they're saying. Like, I've had a clothing line, and with chargebacks, with sending goods back, like, if they don't sell the goods in February, March, they're going to get all these freaking sweaters back, and they're going to sit there till next year, because you can't spell Christmas, you know what I mean?
They've been saying.
Yeah, it's like, it's a whole different beast and a whole different animal to play the retail game, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to make it go higher, especially with someone like Urban Outfitters, because their margins are so small. Like, if their cost is $11.40 for Urban Outfitters, like, they're going to have to probably get that cost down.
Yeah.
Because at wholesale, then, like, if their cost is $11.40, their wholesale's got to be, like, 20-something, so they're not even doubling it, you know? To retail at 65, because it's a 2.2 markup at Urban Outfitters, there's no way. So.
Yeah, I mean, ironically, they got a good partner out of this.
They did. But see, that's the thing. Robert, I kind of love him.
I mean, if there was a shark that I gravitated to the most, it would be Robert.
Yeah. I don't know that he's the most aggressive.
No, not by any means.
And it depends for me. Like, if it depends on what my product was, to see, like, what the idea and the business plan was, to know what shark that I wanted. Like, I'm not just like, oh my God, if I was ever to go on Shark Tank, I would want Robert no matter what. Like, I feel like that's not, I'm just saying, a smart thing to say. Yeah. But he, lately, and I feel like he's definitely more in play than...
Jessica, okay.
Oh, I was like, what?
I was right about Jessica Sugar.
Oh, okay.
Sugar was her nickname in Celebrity Rehab, the one who wore the onesie.
Sweet.
As confirmed by Marissa.
Thank you, Marissa. What was I saying? I feel like Robert has been making more deals. Like he's more like last year. I feel like he kind of didn't invest in a lot. Like I feel like he's being more interactive this season.
Yeah, I mean, again, if I had to be mentored by any of them, you know, I respect all of them. I love Mark. I actually love Kevin. You
I
know,
love them
think,
all for different reasons.
But I think the one who I would relate to the most would actually be Robert.
Yeah, I could see that. I like Mark.
I think you and Lori. I think you and Lori would be like a good fit for you.
Yeah, me and Lori.
Maybe Barbara actually.
Yeah, strong women. Gotta love strong women. But since I do want to own the New York Jets one day, I feel like I should have Mark under my wing too.
Fair enough.
Even though we're terrible, the price is probably going down. So, but so then Mr. Wonderful gives a deal. He offers up a deal, and he is. It's so funny. Like I don't think he's. I can't remember. Let me say in a better way. The last time it's been like $100,000 for 5%, and he's been like, I'll give you $100,000 for 5%. There's always like perpetuity or cost or some like payback till I get my money back. Like there's always restructuring of the deal. And so he restructures this deal. He's like, I'll give you the $100,000 and I'll give you, and I want $2 off each sweater until I recoup my money, and then $1 off each sweater in perpetuity, which I thought was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, you know, and I like the fact that Rob says, you know, it's not the greatest deal, but it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, he was kind of like, well, he said it's a bad deal. It's not a terrible deal.
Yeah, that's
he didn't, you know, which is kind of funny. And then he said, then Robert said he loved them, that he left the $170,000 job, and he offered them $100,000 for 10%, which is a $1 million valuation instead of $2, which I feel like is kind of more fair. Like, in transition, in trying to do something new, if your last year of sales were 1.3, you can't make that jump to 2. Like a safer evaluation is at 1 because there's going to be growing pains and like stuff along the way.
And what I like, you know, in seeing that, Robert sees two things. One, here, as he mentioned, here's a guy who's all in.
Right.
Right. But the more important part is here's a guy who's a winner.
Right.
Because to be earning that amount of money, especially in today's day and age,
You got to be smart.
you know, you're doing something right.
Right.
And so that's what he was buying into, not necessarily the product.
Right.
And he was like, you know what? I think this would be great in college. I just want to participate and help you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So so he goes with Robert over Mr. Wonderful, which I thought for them was a good fit.
And Damon was, you know, he was like, you know what? I can't help you, which I actually respected.
I do. I think this season we're getting a lot more of that too. We're getting a lot more of like, you know, or sharks pulling out because like it's a better deal for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like if it's a licensing thing, you know, they'll be like, you know, Mr. Wonderful's your guy. Figure out what you can do with him.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got our update this week, or our news, was on RuckPack.
Hell yeah, with Robert and Kevin.
I know. I like when people get two sharks. It's kind of awesome.
Especially when they get Robert and Kevin.
It is. It's like the yin yang.
Like,
You know, it's like, "Rawr, okay, let's do this. So they said their first year before Shark Tank, they had $35,000 worth of sales, and 10 months after appearing on Shark Tank and making the deal, they did $500,000 in sales. And again, they say they're in Walgreens and 8,600 stores, and they got a $4 million deal that they're getting ready to do.
and they have their jet.
See the Gemma.
It's iconic. It's like, you know what I mean? It's something to brag about.
I get it, and I get it. I 100% get it, and I get that they're trying to compete with companies like Red Bull and this, that, and the other thing, but Red Bull is like an empire.
It is an empire.
Red Bull is amazing, and the things they do, like the shows they do, they have jets, they have helicopters, they have all kinds of shit that they do for that. The one, and that plane was hovering, it was pretty cool and whatever, but like, is that plane going to do a show? Like, they didn't say like we have.
No,
this
it would do. It's the number one piece. I like the biggest. They might have mentioned. I think they mentioned something about 4th of July and things like that.
Right,
like,
but to me, it'd be cool if that plane was traveling overseas and like dropping off the RuckPack to like the troops. That'd be cool. Just
now,
to have a plane displayed at some like 4th of July show, you're not close to Red Bull.
Question: Are we doing something more with the plane? Because I was like, okay, they got the plane, and then I saw that they had the logo on the back tail, and I was like, is that all we're paying for? Because I want the paint job all over the plane.
Yeah.
That's, to me, I was like, if I'm gonna get a plane, I want the whole real estate. What am I paying for here?
Yeah, but in the same sense, like maybe like a military plane is very, you know, maybe they were just trying to symbolize what a military plane looks like, and instead of the markings, that's where they put the markings, because that's pretty much what they look like. But I get it. You want a wrapped full plane that's like black and it says RuckPack on it, and it's got the logo and a freaking. Yeah,
I'm all about tradition and you know, the American spirit. But if I got a product that we gotta sell, let's utilize more. I get
it, but that's just, you know.
Like, you know, this is a big logo right here on the AfterBuzz mug
it's like,
here.
Bam, bam, bam.
You know what I mean?
You plugged Maria's book.
I even have.
You got it all tonight.
I got my shirts. You know what I mean? but take advantage is all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, you don't always gotta. Subtlety is sometimes better.
Well, subtlety right there. You know, even the Shark Tank AfterBuzz TV after. See, it's you know, it's just branding. I want the whole space.
The whole kit.
Maybe I'm a greedy guy.
I think so. All right.
Maybe I just have sweet balls.
Oh my God, I love you. So, for those of you who have been watching us, you know, a few episodes back, a while now probably.
Like episode 1, 2, or 3.
They had sweet balls on the episode. I actually was out getting gas the other day, and I saw sweet balls at the Chevron. I've never seen them yet at a 7-Eleven, and that was their big deal, I believe. Yeah. But I did see them at Chevron, so I got us some, and here we are. We're going to try the sweet balls. We got the red velvet. Here you go.
Air.
Take a ball.
I'm going to take
On air sweet ball action.
I'll wait for you to take one, too. We'll do it together.
Are you going to do the whole thing like a shot? Like
okay, so there's like, there's an outer wrapping and there's an inner
Let's see how good these sweet balls are.
Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we're chewing. Definitely need some milk. Definitely need some milk right now. Where's the
It's a little rich. It's a little... It's pretty freaking good, though.
Yeah, definitely need some milk, though. Roxy!
Yeah.
Give me some milk.
It's really good.
It is.
It's like the perfect amount of cupcake. Because you got the icing all around. Normally cupcakes, you got the icing on the top, and then it's like, meh, you get all the cake inside.
All right, so we're looking at one package. So for the 4 balls, 330 calories, 150 from fat. Total fat is 26% daily value, and blah 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 blah. And
it's not that bad. I mean, so
where's the where does it say the ingredients? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a whole
what's
list
in it?
Too much.
Oh wow, red coating. That's the first ingredient.
There's a red coating, guys.
I don't see high fructose corn syrup. So this is actually artificial.
They do taste sweet.
They are sweet. They are sweet balls. I kind of like them. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. I think
I'm gonna get this for Chanukah for everybody.
For
Christmaskah. I don't know what it's called.
All right. Anything else? I actually did not see the
prediction.
Yeah, did you?
Okay, so
my thing taped. It stopped.
So we talked about, you know, in the update, we talked about Kevin and Rob working together. What I love, my man says, you know, Lori says, I don't want to work with Robert on this deal, and he says to them, you got to work this out because I need you to be on this deal together. Like, you don't tell the Sharks what to do, but I love it.
Shut up! That's awesome.
He's like, you guys need
no, I want both of you, so sort it out.
Yeah.
You know what, too? I really want to see in the new year, same season, new year, I want to see Barbara and Lori together.
But Damon is one. Oh, you mean actually make
on a deal together? I don't think we've seen that yet.
I don't think so either.
I really want that because I feel like, I don't know, woman power.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it'd be super cool because the way that they interact with each other, like I think that would be interesting. And I want it to be on like RuckPack or like some like super like macho like thing. I think that'd be interesting.
Like sweet balls.
Dude, sweet balls are good. You guys should all go get some sweet balls. They're at Chevrons across the nation, 7-Eleven. The red velvet ones are super good. There's like, I saw like 3 different flavors in there. And that's my story. Anything else for you to add, Philip?
You know, obviously we don't know what products they always show the reactions and things like that, so I don't know what the products are going to be. I am looking forward to more guests.
Right.
You know, on their show and things like that. I always like the mix. I'm a little upset with Marissa. I hope we can regain her as a viewer.
Yeah, Marissa, what is the problem?
I'll try.
Not like to put you on the spot or anything, but
So
come
to
on.
give context, Marissa's a newfound fan of the show, and then about a week ago, she's like, "Well, is this all that happens? What about the other people?" So Marissa, go ahead and explain why you love the show, and now you're like, eh.
Well, the thing about the show, it's simple, yes, but like all the numbers, I get it. That's fun. Everyone wants to know, you know, how much they'll get in return and whatnot. But the thing is that we see them for maybe 2 minutes when they're doing the presentation, but we never really see them afterwards. I mean, we get a quick follow-up, but I kind of want to see the whole process of them actually gaining their business and improving their revenue and all that. So you know, you get attached to these people who make good deals, but then you really don't see anything else afterwards.
I can respect that. I mean, they do have a Shark Tank book where I think they go into some of the steps of what they do with new people. So I can see both sides of that, but also it's almost like if they were to take, you know, this show, it would be a different show. It would be like, we're teaching you business 101.
To be fair, I mean, there's a whole Shark Tank culture. Just type Shark Tank on YouTube alone, and the amount of interviews that these guys do in addition to the show.
And also,
They also do, like,
that
seminars.
for Sweetballs, as an example, when they first appeared on the show, they really were only in 7-Elevens, and now since Shark Tank, and they've improved their business quite a good amount. Steph, you said that they're also in Chevron and stuff. So like, if you didn't find the Sweetballs, we wouldn't know, because we really didn't get that follow up that they're in all these other different locations as well, not just 7-Eleven.
But you need time to. I mean, okay, going back to had we done the deal earlier, the licensing deal, right, with Kevin, Light Netics, right?
Right.
Damon said it would take 2 months. Kevin said it would take 9 months, and honestly, it takes. Some deals, especially the good ones, take long because there's a lot of lawyers involved and things like that. And so, is that what we want to see? Like, I'm negotiating deals right now, and it's taking forever. Would you want to see me on a TV show? Yeah, it's with the lawyer, and the lawyer says, okay, you know, here's where we're gonna have to red line, and we got.
No,
shit.
but
Like,
I think it
that's
would be
boring.
interesting. No, but what's not boring is them going in and being like, okay, so this is the system that you guys started in your company, and this is what needs to happen. You need to, you know, you've got 10 employees, you need 6, or you need 12, and you need to be doing this, and you need to have your workflow like this. Like, it could be like a consultation. You know, I could see if they had like 2 a year or something, or it was like each shark has to pick one.
I want to see more follow up,
right? Each shark has to pick one,
once,
or something.
maybe twice, and then. But I want to see them actually grow, because they start off with a really good idea. The sharks already like it, but I want to see their ideas like really balloon and then explode. I want to see that part.
I also want to see why it's not working. Them doing it themselves,
right?
You know, but I
just want to see progression. You know,
Marissa just hates numbers.
I know. I want to see business progression and how people really improve their business and their ideas. Yeah,
I mean, I guess, and I appreciate that, and I would love to see that too. I think that when they do the updates and they're just like, you know, 35,000 in 1 year to 500,000 in 10 months, that's the progression that most people are more inclined to want to see, is just numbers. But I agree with you. I think that each shark should have to pick one of their favorites, and not necessarily just the one that made the most money for the year, but one of their favorites, and they go through and they say, like, you know, this is, we came, like, after the Shark Tank, we came in and we saw that the way that they were producing this was costing them $2 extra. So what we did is we went and we did XYZ, and then it helped.
Here's what could work. Here's what could work. And Barbara, I'm stealing this from you, so you can take all the credit, and you know, we can have a spin-off show just about Barbara.
Oh.
Unless there's other sharks doing it already. But a retreat, right? Film the retreat.
I was thinking the same thing.
Film the retreat.
I want to go to that Fire Island retreat.
But I mean, it would be great, but film it. You know what I mean? And then make it like an hour special bonus thing for every shark. And in the same sense,
so part of that is the reason why it's so important to get a deal and they get a percentage of the company. If Mark Cuban starts going with every single one that he invests in and we start seeing exactly what they do, then more people are gonna. It's like he's giving his advice free to a lot of other companies. You know what I mean? Like, if we see how he goes or how any sharks go in and make the company better, they're giving this free advice to everyone when they're paying to give this advice to someone because they're taking a percentage of it.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the best business for them to do that.
No, not necessarily. But I think you could tape the trips. The trips would be fun.
Yeah, the trips would be super fun.
Anyway, on that note,
I
think we've answered all of Marissa's life problems.
Yes, Marissa, do we get you back?
Yes.
All right.
She's still gonna watch. She's still gonna watch.
I'll still watch it.
Thank you guys for listening, watching. Leave us comments, questions. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IAMSTEFZ.
And you can follow us here at AfterBuzz TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's just at AfterBuzz TV. And no, the spirit hat, spirit hood was a one-time thing. And, you know I took some comments, but come on, relax, people. Relax.
Oh, jeez. Keep the comments coming.
Keep them coming, yeah. Good or bad. Good or bad.
Good or bad.
I have a thick skin.
Clearly. Have a good night, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Happy holidays. Happy 2014.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.